Hi there, I'm back again, this time in video form, and we're joined together, as I've said, with Diane Brenneman. And Diane has been teaching meditation and contemplative practice for several years now. She started off as a lawyer, and I'm going to let her tell you the story of how she transitioned from legal work to this very important meditative work. So Diane, it's really good to have you here. I'm so glad you're with us, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to do on the video.
It's such a pleasure to be with you. Yes, I made what might seem like an unlikely transition from trial practice to teaching contemplative work. And what I did as a lawyer was that I represented badly burned children. I did that work across the United States, or parents who had lost a child to catastrophic burn injury. I did that for a very long time. And that was a deep introduction for me into the world of pain and suffering and what it is that we provide for people when they're in the worst states I think any of us can imagine. And working with some amazingly talented people out on the East Coast, primarily at Harvard, I got introduced to the idea of contemplative practice as a way to relieve not only the worst trauma, but also the kind of stress that we all encounter in our lives.
That's
And
right.
so I left my
And yes, absolutely. And you and I both have experienced physical healing because of the contemplative practice that we're doing. I mean, mine was pretty serious back pain that I managed through meditation, and you had a very different experience.
I did, Robert. When I was 30, I was diagnosed with something called an antithrombin 3 deficiency. I had two small strokes at that time. And the only way that they have to treat this genetic disorder is to put you on high levels of blood thinners. So I had lots of bleeds, lots of clots for 17 years, and it stopped. And I didn't think it was possible for me to be healed because it's genetic. But I finally got the courage after I read some studies that Dr. Herbert Benson did on the ability for contemplative practice to turn genes on and off. And I thought, wow, maybe I could actually be well. And lo and behold, I was. My gene had turned back on that had never functioned. And I have been off of all medication for that for 6.5 years. I take nothing.
And your doctors were dumbfounded.
They were absolutely stunned.
Yeah,
Yeah, they really did
yeah.
not know what to do with me. Yeah, it was a fantastic experience.